Hey everyone, Screaming Geek Me here. I am Jerry the Geek. This video, we're going to talk about my monthly watches, everything I've watched in the month of September. But before we get into that, if you like physical media, 4Ks, Blu-rays, DVDs, if you like home theater, movies in general, please check out my other videos on my channel because I do these different discussions where I do monthly watches every month. I do collection updates. I do different discussions, unboxings, reviews. Check that stuff out. Hit the like button, subscribe, turn your bell notifications on. And always feel free to comment below. Let me know what you think of anything at any time, good or bad. Now, I don't mind a little criticism once in a while. So let's talk about everything I watched in the month of September. Now, if you've been following me, I got into an animation kick. I wanted to go through and watch a lot of animated movies, but I had so many, so I've just been doing it month after month. And this has been the fourth month of animated movies. And honestly, I'm glad to be done with them. You know, a lot of good ones. And there are also a lot of stinkers in there as well. So let's kick it off with some Lego. We've got the Lego Batman movie. This is so much. I love the Lego stuff. In my mind, it really shows the imagination of creating all this stuff from Lego. You know, enjoy the few movies they have, and plus we've played some of the games. My wife, you know, she's really big on the Lego Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit. We had a couple others. I think we had the Star Wars as well, and then Jurassic Park, I think. But there was so much fun, so much imagination put into those. I just love the Lego universe and having all the different, throwing all the different Warner Brothers characters in. So again, this is a lot of fun. So again, we kicked it off with a Lego Batman movie. Next up, we've got the Lego Ninjago movie. This is pretty fun. I really enjoyed this one. I've seen this once before. It's not as good as the Batman or the original Lego movie, but this is still fun. I don't regret having. I'll watch this occasionally. Got some great characters in it. It starts off with a little live action with Jackie Chan as a little kid, and then they get into the story of Ninjago. So yeah, it's a good movie. You definitely have to check it out if you like the Lego characters. Next up, we've got Paranorman. This is pretty good. I love this. It comes from the creators of Coraline. And it uses stop motion animation, which is freaking incredible. Really good movie. I really enjoyed this. It's a lot of fun. Great characters. I just had a blast with this. So if you like some of that old classic, you know, the stop motion animation, but done in the new age style, I definitely give this one a whirl. Next up, we've got the Box Trolls. It's another one from the same studio that did the Paranorman and Coraline. Another one. This is a blast. I really enjoyed this. It's a lot of fun. Next up, we've got Coraline. Now, of all of them done from this studio, this is the most popular one everyone knows about. It's the one I'd never seen it before, but I've always heard about it, and I've had this 4K here for quite a while. So this was a fun first time watch for me. I did like it, but honestly, I didn't like it as much as the other ones. It's out there. It's very different. You know, it does have a good story. The animation's great. But again, I just didn't like it as much as the others. And the next one is the last one from that same studio, Kubo and the Two Strings. This is really good. It's another one where you look at it not knowing much about it. I mean, you look at it, it just looks kind of skeptical. It's like, well, I'll give it a chance. I really enjoyed this. I really did like this. So Kubo and the Two Strings, definitely check this out. It's pretty good. Next up, we've got The Spine of Night. This is it's a newer animated movie. I actually did a review of this, the 4K here. It's geared toward the adults. I mean, you know, kids. This is not a kid-friendly movie at all. You know, it's very, very bloody. And it also has the animated nudity in it. So, yeah, it's adult only. But it is a good movie. I was really surprised by it. So, yeah, check this out. Check my review out as well. Next up, we've got Gumby, the movie. This is one you might laugh at me for having Gumby. But, you know, man, the original TV show came out in the 50s. So growing up in the 70s, I did see some of the show back then. And as it's corny, cheesy, and all that, but you're talking about classic stop motion animation using just clay. And this movie was done, I forget when this was. This was the mid-late 90s, I think. But honestly, I enjoyed this movie. It was fun. It had a good story. You got the Gumby and Pokey characters and some of the others. It's just very well done. I really enjoyed this one. Next up is Frozen. This is definitely one of those, when it comes to Disney movies, this is probably the one that's really, really overrated. For me, the only shining moment of this movie is the Olaf character. He is freaking hilarious. And of course, the horse is pretty good too. It's, funny, but other than that, the movie is pretty subpar. It's not a good movie, but Olaf freaking steals the show. Next up, we've got Bolt. This is definitely a newer age, CG movie, but it's a good movie, great characters, a lot of fun. So I don't mind digging this out once in a while to watch. Next up, we've got 101 Dalmatians. And of course, for some reason, when they put this on Blu-ray, they changed it up and they put the numbers when technically the original movie, it spelled out 101 Dalmatians. And you'll notice that when you watch this in the credits, that's how it's done. But for the reprint here, they just shortened it up using a numerical. As far as classic Disney animated, I've talked about this in the past. Some of the really old stuff I don't care for. They don't age very well for adults. This one's not too bad. It's enjoyable. It's a fun movie. Next up, we've got the original Robin Hood. This one has aged well. It's not the greatest. I know my wife really enjoys this one. For me, it's the middle of the road. It's a fun movie, but not the greatest. But it's not a snooze fest as like Sleeping Beauty or Snow White. Those are just torture movies, but this one is fun to watch. Next up, we've got Bambi, another all-time classic, but yet this one falls in a camp where it's not that great as an adult. Just a boring movie to get through as an adult. Next up, we've got Monsters vs. Aliens. This is a fun movie. I watched this several times. Great character. This is a freaking blast. So if you have not seen this, check this out. It is pretty fun. Next up is a newer Disney, Raya and the Last Dragon. This is new age CG, very well done. It's a very, very good story. Some really good characters, very enjoyable. I really like this. I've seen it once before. I think we watched it when the kids were here, so it's kind of hard to enjoy movies with the kids and you don't get a lot out of it. So watching it, by myself, I really like this movie. Next up, we've got a Pixar movie, Turning Red. Oh man, this was, I struggled to get through this movie, especially the first half hour. It just took so long. It was a very slow burn. I did not like the characters at all in it. My wife, she had seen it with the kids. She really enjoyed it, but yeah, I struggled. I did watch the whole thing, and I never plan on watching this again. This was a shit show in my book. And when it comes to Pixar, bottom of the barrel for me has always been The Incredibles. I hated that movie. This would be right down there with it. It was a shit show. Next up, we've got Disney's Princess and the Frog. If I recall correctly, this was the last hand-drawn animated movie from them. After that, they went to CG. But this is a really fun movie. I love the characters in it. There's parts in it you'll laugh your ass off. Very enjoyable. I freaking love this one. Next up, we've got The Boss Baby. This was another first-time watch. I've had this for a while. And this is actually, Universal DreamWorks picture. This was a shit show. I did not like this at all. It was freaking stupid. This is definitely geared toward the kids. I'm sure kids will freaking love this, but as an adult, this sucked. I will never watch this again. They did a sequel. I have no reason. I will not buy it. I don't care. Yeah, Boss Baby, boss of nothing. Next up, we've got Disney's Pinocchio. Of course, this is an all-time classic. I haven't watched this in probably 25 years. The reason I remember that is back when the whole millennium thing was going on, the Y2K. What was you doing when the clock struck midnight of the year 2000? I remember I watched Pinocchio. I mean, of course, I was watching on DVD at the time. And I got the Blu-ray. I never watched it since. Now, for an old classic, this isn't too bad. I can enjoy it watching as an adult. It's still a decent movie. Not the greatest, but still okay to watch. Next up, we've got Tarzan. This is actually a really good animated movie. I think this is one you don't hear a lot of people talk about. Kind of flew in under the... I think it was popular at the time. But now when people talk about Disney animated movies, you don't hear them talk about Tarzan. But this is a really good one. I would put this high up in their movies. Next up, we've got Hotel Transylvania 3. This is a really good franchise. I've already watched the first two in the previous months. So I finally got I never seen this one. And there is a fourth one. I haven't seen it yet, but I don't own it. And I couldn't get it free on the streaming, so I didn't get a chance to watch it. But yeah, the third one here, I liked it as much as the first two. It was really good. It kept the franchise going. Next up, we've got Brother Bear. Now, this is a 2-movie collection. I never watched the second one. And when it came to Disney's direct-to-video sequels, maybe Aladdin 2 I watched. I think maybe that might be the only one. The rest of them I could freaking care less about. So I just watched the originals. And this was the first time I watched from it. I'd never seen it. I really enjoyed this one. It started out a little slow, but once I got going, it was a really good movie. And it's another one people don't talk about. So if you haven't seen Brother Bear, check this out. Even as an adult, this is a really good movie. Great story. Got some really good characters. Next up, we've got The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Again, I've never seen this, and I've had this in my collection for a long time. Again, this is a 2-movie collection. I just watched the first one. Very, very good. The only thing that brought it down, in my opinion, was the music numbers. Disney does a lot of music numbers in their movies, and a lot of times it keeps with the flow. They're really good. But for some reason, the singing and the songs in this one, it just slowed it down. I don't know. It was just like the movie would have some good parts. I mean, it started out with the singing number, and I'm like, God, this kind of sucks. I mean, you try to get the story going, then it does get going, and I like it, and then it's like, all of a sudden it gets into another music number. I'm like, it killed the pacing. So if it wasn't for that, this would be one of the better Disney movies. Great story, some great characters, it's got some funny moments. It's just the singing numbers, it killed it. Where again, some of the other ones Disney normally does a great job mixing in the songs, but yeah, they just fumbled the ball with that on this one. Next up, we've got The Land Before Time, the original. I don't know. They've made, I think, over 10 of these things. I've never seen any of the other ones. I've only seen the original. This is done by Don Bluth, who worked with Disney originally. Then he left the company and formed his own animation company. And this is a really fun movie. Even after all this time, it's geared toward the kids, but as an adult, it's still kind of fun. Now, the DVD here sucks. It looks like total shit. I do need to see about upgrading this to Blu-ray, because I hated watching this on DVD. It really was terrible. Next up, we've got Disney's Meet the Robinsons. Yeah, this is another one of those Disney stinkers in my book. I watched it back in the day. I didn't like it, and watching it again, I didn't like it any better. It's a decent movie. It's watchable, but yeah, it was torture watching this again. Next up, we've got The Little Mermaid, another Disney classic, hand-drawn animation. It's a fun movie. It got some good characters, good story, So I don't mind watching this as an adult. It is watchable. Next up, we've got Tim Burton's The Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, sorry, I got Elm Street on my mind because that big box set just came out. I'm getting mine later this month from Zolly, but The Nightmare Before Christmas. I always screw up. I want to say Elm Street, but yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas from Tim Burton. Fun, classic, stop motion animation using the puppets. Great movie. I love this. Definitely one of my wife's favorite movies. She loves Jack Skelly. Next up is a pair of Spider-Man movies. We're talking about Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse. These kind of like anime style filming for Spider-Man. I never did any of the DC ones. For the Spider-Mans. These are really good, really enjoyable. I can't wait. The third one, we got a couple more years yet. And of course, you can see it here. The first one, I got custom cover artwork I designed myself. And I do have one made for the second one, but I never got printed. But if you like Spider-Man, if you like something different, these are really good. And the animation, it looks phenomenal in 4K. These are really good movies. Next up, we've got Pocahontas. This is another one I've had in my collection for years, and I've never watched it. Good movie. Even as an adult, I really enjoyed this. So, Pocahontas, worth checking out if you haven't seen it. Of course, when thinking of Pocahontas, this is a kind of a funny story. My granddaughter, who's 9 years old now, it was a few years ago when she was first talking. I was getting the Disney Movie Club booklets, the mailings every month. And one time she liked looking through them at all the different Disney movies. And when looking through it this one time, she was sitting on my lap and was sitting there looking through the booklet. And she was naming off the characters, Moana, which was her favorite, and then Cinderella. And she was naming them off. But for some reason, when I pointed to the Pocahontas, she said, "Bitch." And here she was, like 5 years old. And where in the hell did she hear that? I stopped. I kind of laughed. I was like, "Who is that?" She goes, "Bitch." I couldn't believe it. It was so freaking hilarious. Where it came from, I know once in a while I would swear a little bit, but I never said that in front of her. So where she got that, I don't know. But funny little story about Pocahontas. I had to throw that in there. Next up, we've got The Croods. This comes from a DreamWorks great animated movie here. I freaking love this. It's a blast. And then we got the sequel, The Croods, A New Age. I like this one just as much as the first one. That a little bit more of a backstory from the other character that was introduced in the first one. So yeah, these Croods movies, definitely worth checking those out. Next up, we've got another Disney classic, Peter Pan. This falls into the camp of did not age well. I really tortured myself watching. I hated this one, but this would go in there with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs and Sleeping Beauty. That does not age well. Maybe kids might like this well, but kids might like this now, but adults, this sucked. Next up, we've got An American Tail. This is another one of those Don Bluth movies. I forgot to look up. This is one of his early ones he did after he left Disney. And of course, it's produced by Steven Spielberg. He had his hand in on it, but yeah, fun movie here. That my wife loves this more than me. Me, it's enjoyable, but not the greatest. But it's still a fun movie. And then, of course, next up, we've got the sequel, American Tail, Five-O Goes West. Another fun one, but again, not the greatest. Next up, we've got a classic combo from Disney, The Rescuers and The Rescuers Down Under. These are pretty fun. As an adult, these are still solid movies. Wife really likes this. She's the reason we bought this set on Blu-ray a while back. So the Rescuers collection right here, definitely worth checking out. Next up is another Disney iconic classic, The Jungle Book. This ain't too bad. As a very old movie, I forget when this came out. I can't even see the date on here, but this is freaking old. But I still, as an adult, I still like this movie. It had some good characters. That was a fun watch. Next up is a film from the Aardman Animation Studios. If you have seen Wallace and Gromit and made Chicken Run, if you've seen those, this is another one of theirs. Shaun the Sheep movie. They actually had a TV show. I never got to see the series. I need to pick that up sometime, but this is the movie. This is freaking hilarious. I damn near pissed myself watching this movie. I freaking love this one. It is so freaking funny. If you haven't seen it, check this out. I highly recommend it. Also, there's a second one called Shaun the Sheep, Farmageddon. I need to get that one yet, but yeah. If you like that animation style, check this out. This is freaking great. Next up, we've got Abominable. This is a DreamWorks movie. I've seen this a couple times. This is a lot of fun. First time I watched it with a kid, so it was nice to watch it without them. I enjoyed it a lot more this time around. Some great characters, great animation. This is a great family movie everybody can enjoy. Next up, we've got a Pixar movie, Ratatouille. This is one of their movies that doesn't get talked about a lot. This is really good. I would put this high up on the Pixar list. It's one of their better ones. Next up, we've got The Polar Express. This one, it was, I think, probably might have been overrated because a lot of people shit on this movie. I don't know why. It's not the greatest movie, but it's a good Christmas movie. It's fun. Got some good characters. The animation style is a little bit different. They went for a little bit of realism in it, but I'm not sure that maybe that's why they didn't like it, is maybe because of the type of animation it was. It wasn't a classic style, but they went toward a more of a realistic 3D look. But besides that, I really like it. It's a fun movie. I wouldn't watch this all the time, but once a year is okay. But yeah, I don't know why people really shit on it thinking that's a terrible movie, but it's a good family movie. Now, next up is an all-time iconic movie, Shrek. You can't talk about animated movies without talking about Shrek and the entire franchise. I only watched the first one here for this because I recently, watched all four of them. I've done reviews of them. And I like the entire franchise. The third one was the weakest one of the bunch. The second one is just as good as the first one, and the fourth one was they made up. It was much better than the third one, but you can't beat the original all-time classic here. Next up, we've got another Pixar movie, Cars. Phenomenal job here from Pixar. Great story, great characters. This is a blast to watch. I freaking love this movie. So definitely one of those you have to have in a collection. And then we go to Cars 2. This one, in my book, was a shit show. This is definitely geared toward the kids more, like with the character of Mater. A lot of it revolves around him. But as an adult, I didn't really like it the first time around. I didn't like it this time. So yeah, I would put this, it would be there one of the low-end Pixar movies. Not as bad as Incredibles or Turning Red, which was horrible. It wasn't as bad as those, but it still is, in my book, it's not really watchable. Next up, we've got another Pixar movie, Up. This is one of those, it's not a bad movie. I felt it was overrated. It's fun. I can watch it once in a great while, but just not the greatest movie. It's not, just don't think it's as enjoyable as some of the others, but it's a decent one. Next up, we've got another DreamWorks, Madagascar. I haven't seen the others. The first one's the only one I've watched. This is a freaking blast. It's been a long time since I watched it. It's a lot of fun. I'm glad I watched this again. Some great characters in this one. And the last animated one we have is an old classic, very old, Fantasia from Disney. This was like the first animated movie. It's technically not a movie because all it is short stories animated. The inspired by classic music numbers. And of course, this one here it has Fantasia 2000, which I've never watched that one. But the original one it holds up. It's if you like classical music, and you got the classic Disney animation to go along with that, it's really good. And of course, it still holds up. The animation looks incredible now. So yeah, another classic here, Disney's Fantasia. Now that does it for the animated movies. So we did watch some other stuff this month. And the first one up is The Last Rodeo. We streamed this one through the Angel Studios app we have. I've talked about them in the past. I freaking love them. They have some great content. If you like inspirational stuff and a lot of true story movies, they do a lot of that. And in their app, they have different tiers. I forget what the cheapest rate is. They have with ads, without ads. And they also have a premium membership, which is after tax, that's $21.60 a month. And which sounds like a lot, but you get some other perks. You get to see some other stuff that the lower tiers don't get. And plus you get free movie tickets, which we've done that a couple times. So I keep recommending them to check them out. And something else with Angel Studios I can finally comment on is with their customer service. For some reason, our account, something happened to it because we watched this Last Rodeo at the beginning of the month, and then of course we got our free tickets to go see the senior that just came out. But this past weekend we went to watch a movie, and all of a sudden it said join to watch. I'm like, I'm already a member. Why I have to join? It wasn't available to watch. And I looked back and I pulled up The Last Rodeo that we've already watched, and it said join to watch. It's like, what the hell? Something's going on, or for some reason the account got messed up and I couldn't access the stuff. And I looked at all the payment stuff. Recent payment went through, so I had to contact them through their customer service. And they're trying to help me out. They were telling me to do this and that. And for some reason, that wasn't registering for some reason they weren't understanding what my problem was. And finally, I went back and forth with them through a couple times. And finally, it was something when they had some kind of bug, but they did finally fix it. Now I got complete access to all their stuff again. So if you question their customer service, they did help out. They fixed the issue, so I can vouch for them there. So if you have any issues, you just have to be patient, and they did fix it. This movie was incredible. It has Neil McDonough in it very well. I love him. He does some great stuff. Just another movie Angel Studios hit out of the park with. We will definitely be buying that because it is on Blu-ray and DVD. Next up, we've got San Andreas. This has become a comfort movie for me because I think I covered this in the previous month. I've watched this probably 3 or 4 times this year. I mean, maybe it's not the best movie in the world, but it's just a good action movie. It's something you can put in and just turn your brain off and enjoy it. It's just one of those movies. I still love it. Next up is a set of movies my wife and I have been wanting to do for quite some time, but because of how long they are, to set aside the time to do it, we did the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And again, the extended versions, each one is 4 hours long. So you can do it in a day, but you're talking 12 hours. So we broke it up. We did it we did one on a Friday evening. And then Saturday, I think we did both the others, or did we do the third one on Sunday? I can't remember. We might have done both the 2 and 3 on Saturday, but anyways, it was nice to get them all done back to back. Great movies. This is the first time we'd watched them on 4K. And I can definitely see everyone's point. It doesn't have... The 4K reviews on these are not very favorable. And I can see why, because they're so CG heavy. They don't look the greatest, and Actually, I thought they were filmed in digital, but they were filmed on 35 millimeter. But just even those, some of the shots had some nice detail, and then some of the shots looked soft. So yeah, these are not the greatest 4Ks out there. Definitely, they are not reference material. If you're wanting to show off the system, Lord of the Rings is not it as far as visuals go. But audio-wise, the audio tracks on these freaking kick ass. And I don't have a subwoofer, but man, I had the house a shaking with these things. It was incredible. So it's nice I finally watched these extended versions on 4K, even though the 4Ks weren't the greatest. And the last movie we watched was Woodlawn. We've seen this a couple times, the great true story movies and freaking incredible. Now I got the DVD here. I need to get the Blu-ray yet. My wife decided she wanted to watch it this weekend, but I know a lot of my DVDs are boxed up because I don't have enough shelf space. So we're like, okay, let's just go ahead, and I didn't feel like digging it out of the closet, so let's watch it streaming. And then that's where we ran into an issue with Angel Studios. For some reason, we couldn't watch it. So I had to dig it out of the closet. So dug it out, watched it. Great movie. Definitely need to upgrade. If you haven't watched this, highly recommend this movie. This is really good. Now, after that does it for the movies. My wife and I have been doing a lot of TV shows. We've been going from one to another. And previous month, we finished up Eureka. And so September, we dug out Burn Notice. Very good show here. We've watched a few seasons before, but we've never watched the entire series. So we went back and started over. So we have season 1 here. And we did season 2, did season 3, and then we finally finished up season 4. Now there is 7 seasons altogether. We had to take we would have watched more, but my wife, she loves Diablo 4 on the Xbox, and the new season started. So once that started, she's been all about that. So we haven't watched any more Burn Notice. So we still got 3 more seasons to watch. So hopefully jump back into that in here next couple of weeks. And plus some of her TV shows are coming back on. So hopefully we get back into doing some more Burn Notice, because this is a great show. Highly recommend checking that out. So there you have it. That is everything I watched in the month of September. Lengthy video here. That was a lot, because you talk about those animated movies. I'm glad to have them done. It has a lot of good ones, some stinkers, but I just wanted to cover as many animated movies as possible. I know there's a few of them, a couple of the franchises I didn't watch the sequels. I could have, but I decided not to include those. There are some other ones I wanted to buy to include I've never seen, but I didn't get around to because of finances. So definitely comment below. Let me know what you think. What are some of your favorite animated movies? Are there any that I have not covered in the last 4 months that you would recommend that I haven't seen? So numbers wise, I've watched 49 animated movies, and I watched 5 other movies to go along with that, and of course the Burn Notice. So a total of 55 movies I watched in the month of September. Pretty busy month. Now going forward, I know October, everyone's doing spooky season, doing horror movies. Last year I did vampires during the month of October. And I was thinking of skipping, but I started looking through. I think I am going to do some scary movies for a month of October, just to jump in with everyone else. But I'm trying to do not all mainstream, like all your Child's Play, Halloween, Friday 13th, Elm Street. I'm going to try skipping those very popular ones and try to do other ones that are some of my favorites. And I'm going to try to pick some obscure ones I've not seen in years, or maybe I might have some I've never seen. We'll have to wait and see. I can't even remember what I have. I may throw in the original Halloween and Friday 13th, because those are a couple of my favorites. So I might throw those in. I don't want to throw in all those just to get numbers. I might do the originals. It's just when you're doing these theme months, it takes a lot. I mean, especially when I have my channel, I'm wanting to do other stuff as well. And plus, I'm trying to do and get back into doing some of my DVD cover designs. So I got a lot on my plate, you know, trying to do the channel, do the theme movies, and do covers. So I'm being pretty busy. Especially I just finished my Jurassic World Rebirth. I did a custom cover for that. I did a 4K and a Blu-ray. You can check out, I got links below if you're interested in seeing custom covers. You can go check those out. I'm doing the latest Mission Impossible. I'm working on that now. So yeah, keeping myself pretty busy. So there you have it. That is everything for this video. Definitely a long one here. Hopefully editing will get it down a little bit, but it's still going to be pretty long. A lot of shit here to cover. So again, comment below. Let me know what you think. Follow me on Instagram for especially when I'm doing these theme months. I do update every day on what I'm watching. Maybe I'll show something that you haven't come across. Like, subscribe, turn your bell notifications on. We'll see you soon. Geek out.